Shalom, call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well the Hopeful Leg. And a sincere Shalom to the Hopeful Leg, the house of David, the 1/3, that's tuning into the truth and pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered. Now I stumbled upon this video right here, and it's titled what a civil war would look like in today's America, which is biblically known as Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, Nineveh, all right, the land of the north. There's many names for America in the scriptures. But this guy appears to be an Edomite. He breaks down the viewpoint of Babylon the Great tumbling, and I think he said in the video he's at his bug out retreat or something like that, where he's gonna attempt to go when things get real rough, right? And you better believe these Edomites, a good chunk of them too, are getting prepared for this coming collapse. It's a good portion of them that's gearing up to survive and really to take out Jake. Because I was just in a live stream. These Edomites, man, they got like code words for Jake, man. Specifically, you so-called blacks, they got code words. They call them inner city folk. Yeah, that's the code word for Jake, man. Is the inner city dwellers. Because Lord's will, that'll be one of my future lessons. Because I've seen a video about it, how like pretty much the whole entire system of America's racism, man. Even how they structure the neighborhoods and everything, like the suburbs, which will be called suburban, urban, and rural. Urban, how it used to be, is that they push Jake into the inner cities to live like scum, and then the Edomites that have some type of wealth will live in the suburbs. That's how they would structure everything. Jake in the inner city in the projects, and Esau's in there, and they funnel in the wealth. They funnel the wealth into the suburbs, and it was some guy. He was comparing the structure of the neighborhoods of Europe to America, and he was showing how flawed America's structure was. And he actually pointed out that it was rooted in separating the Israelites from the Edomites and making sure the Edomites got the wealth and the Israelites got nothing but oppression. And that's why America's suburbs, the urban, are how they are, right? And he went into the rural side a little bit too, but that's not neither here or there. All right, now this is Luke 11 and 18, actually verse 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub, man. And they was calling Yahweh Shai goddamn devil, man. All right. Jake wicked. Jake was off. Completely off. These Pharisees and these scribes, man, they was completely off because they wanted to keep that status and power they had with the Edomites. All right. And as you see at the title of this video, Civil War. I seen another video. Well, I didn't see the full video. I seen the Akim have a clip of it, and it showed some Edomites debating, talking about Trump and liberals and all this madness. So Esau is divided. Esau is divided. You know, they don't like, I think it's liberals. I don't know too much about the politics, but I hear that term liberal being thrown around a lot. And basically, this country is through, and pretty much anybody that can look around can tell that this place is on its last legs, and these Edomites are storing up food, getting their weapons, getting ammo, right? Um, like I said in previous videos, I met Edomite who was just, through the spirit, just spilling it all out, man. Like, I'm a complete stranger, didn't tell him anything about the scriptures or the inner society or anything like that. He just spilled it all out to me about how he's preparing for the society to collapse. He's pretty much preparing for doomsday, and he's gonna use black powder and all types of stuff, man. He just let it all out. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of Edomites out here, and he appeared to be an Edomite, and he went into the small hats too. He went to the small hats because you know that there's infighting, right? Like we go in these scriptures, Satan against Satan. How the house cannot stand, right? Um, there's infighting of the small hats, the Ish people, and the rest of the tribes of Edom. There's infighting, and he seemed like he was on that boat too, because he was talking to me how they came out of Asia, which was true. Um, you had a lot of them in Turkey. I think yeah, Turkey. I actually took Turkish in middle school and learned the language and about their culture. I don't, and I think I had small hats in my class too, man. All right, real snivy, uh, not snivy. Uh, what's the word? Slithery, right? Real slick, man. These devils. This is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, so that's going to race wars, and kingdom against kingdom, so that's countries fighting each other. So, for example, um, France versus our perfect example, Ukraine versus Russia. That's kingdom against kingdom, not nation against nation, because a kingdom is just like a country, all right, a place where a large gathering of people dwell and have a government and has some form of communication set up and jobs and etc. etc. A nation in this particular verse is talking about um, race wars, a race, right? Because I believe it's 17 total nations on the planet Earth, and yeah, let's continue. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So we see all this happening now, man, and it's just gonna speed up. It's gonna increase. You had all that turmoil and chaos in France. They letting loose wild animals. They were letting loose wild animals out of the zoo. Lions, seeing wolves, gazelles, elephants. I think camels too. But let's get this right here, just to prove the point, because it was just on the spirit for me to show this right here. That word nation and kingdom, so it gets clarified, so there's not any confusion. So we're gonna go on that word nation right there, and it reads, all right, a tribe, nation, people group. All right, in the Old Testament, foreign nations not worshiping the true God, pagans, Gentiles. All right, the human family. All right, and in this instance is going into a race. All right, ethnos. That's how you get the word ethnicity. All right, so that's talking about a literal race. Okay, so you got for example, the Edomites, so-called white people, are a particular race. They're the same race as the Ish people. The Ish people will be Amalek, the head tribe of the Edomites, and the ones that are ruling over the earth now. Let's get that. This is Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So these Ish people, they're reigning at the top, because Esau, Edom as a whole is at the top, and at the top of that, the Edomites is Amalek. But they didn't read the fine print that they're gonna fall and perish forever. And literally, the Edomites, not just Amalek, all the Edomites are going to perish forever because they were built that way. And we're going to go into that word kingdom here in Matthew 24:7. Um, and it reads a royal power, kingship, a dominion, the territory subject to the rule of a king. In modern terms, a king would be a president, right? A realm, all right. So it's talking about like America would be a kingdom. Brazil would be a kingdom. Okay, that's what that's going into. Now let's go to Second Esdras, because you see what's going on in France. This is all in the scriptures, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna spread like wildfire, man. This stuff is gonna spread like wildfire. This is Second Ezra 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So even in the midst of this, you'll have friends. You may have your brother, your father, your mother. Hell, even a brother that's in the truth, man. All right, it's gonna get real grimy. These people out here are gonna really turn up on the left hand side, and the Heavenly Father is gonna counteract that with the right hand. All right, which will be that spiritual power given to the elect. And these people out here are just gonna increase in their evils because that's the will of the Heavenly Father. I'm gonna leave this off right here, and then I'm gonna jump to let's go to Matthew 12. All right, give me a moment. All right, now let's go to verse 26, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Yeah, Babylon the Great is divided, and it's going to be brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, so this talking about these devils, these Edomites, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So these devils are going to be brought out the way. And these people on the earth, they don't even see this coming. They're so wrapped up and just trying to survive through and through, and just being brainwashed, been rocked to sleep. Now let's go to Second Ezra 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, I think we just left quote unquote Pride Month, right? The city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? If a city, right, we just read that, city divided, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And it's going to be so much chaos and mayhem plaguing the earth that these people they're not going to know what to do but revert back to survival instincts, which is to use your power to beat up someone that's weaker than you and take their stuff, right? Survival of the fittest. This is Second Ezra 14 and 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much that more so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So just like a woman's womb, because the earth is likened to a woman, just like a woman's womb, um, as a woman gets older, like there's a saying, they call it the wall, right? When a woman hits 30, she just goes downhill. Her insides become less. It weakens over time, and just that's how this is being played out on the earth, right? Um, our forefathers were much stronger than we are now. Okay, they were very powerful men fighting off lions and bears. Okay, we can't fight off no lions or bears, man. Hell, we can't even fight off like I don't know, freaking I can't even maybe like a pack of coyotes or something, right? Pull out like 4 or 5 coyotes on an average Jake. He done. He getting bit to pieces. They gonna tear him up. So let's hit up Second Ezra's 9, and I'm gonna start from the top, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we see that uproar in France, you got that massive one that kicked off with in 2020 with the lockdowns, right? The George Floyd situation and other things. You had things in Sri Lanka and because I think it's pronounced Kazakhstan and all these other things that was commencing, and it's gonna keep increasing. And there's an earthquake map tracker, and it shows all the earthquakes, and the earthquake activity has increased dramatically over the years. That's how you know these scriptures is true. These are factual statements, man. And these people out here gonna get caught with their pants down because they not ready for this destruction, and it's gonna be insane. Like just tonight, I seen like a almost a reddish moon, and it was like a almost a golden, like like a rose gold color almost the moon. I took a video of it, man. It was real bright. This is Luke 12. And you know the scriptures talks about the moon turning red. This is Luke 12 and 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law. Right, a house being divided, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So this world, it's literally these people aren't even gonna know who to trust because they won't even be able to trust their own family, man. That's how grimy it's gonna get. And yeah, of course, you will have diamonds in the rough that can make it through to a certain degree, and the preppers. But ultimately, the only people that's gonna have true faith, true trust, is the elect of the nation of Israel, which is a small number compared to the people that are gonna die. Let's go to Matthew 10. This is the book of Matthew, St. Matthew 10 and 35. This is Yahweh Shah speaking right here, man. That red letter right there, you see? For I am come to set a man of variance against his father. So the Heavenly Father has Yahweh Shai because they're on one page. To what? To bring division. For I am come to set a man of variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. So these people out here, like we've been saying, they're gonna get caught with their pants down. It's gonna be so much death everywhere, man. It's gonna be death everywhere, and pain and sorrow everywhere. You're not gonna be able to escape unless you're part of the elect. And these people don't understand that. You see, these preppers, they don't even understand the full severity. Even Israelites that know the names, that know they're Israelites, they don't even understand the severity of evil the Heavenly Father is going to bring to this place. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was never since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So even for the even this is going to how even the elect will be kicked a bucket, man. All right, from how disastrous the Heavenly Father is going to have everything played out. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. All right, so this evil, this chaos that the Heavenly Father is going to bring is going to be so insane, man. Like for example, I seen this post Joe Rogan. You know, Joe Rogan has a lot of clips about animals and facts about animals, and he really loves bears. I don't know, man. He just likes bears, and he was talking about how polar bears can smell a seal through 3 feet of ice. And then he made a little joke about imagine a bear was outside and you were in a 3 foot thick concrete wall and it's sniffing you out through the 3 foot concrete wall, man. And you say that would be like a horror movie, that would be a monster. Well, guess what? That's biblical. That's in the scriptures, man. All right, that's going to happen. You're going to have these newly created creatures having these higher tier capabilities than these animals you see out here. They're going to be able to sniff you out through 3 foot, 10 foot concrete walls and all types of other things people would call abnormal, right? Let's I'm gonna reread Matthew 24 and 22 again. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, man. That's how evil and chaotic it is going to be. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? Now let's end this off in Revelation 7. Because we're going to have to go through this hell to get that reward. This is Revelation 7 and 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. And that's that second covenant, man. That's that wedding to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's why it says it made them white in the blood of the Lamb, which is what? The second covenant. All right. The whole point of Yahweh Shai sacrificing himself is for the second covenant, man. But that's it for this video. Um, you can check this out, watch it. Lord's wills. This was edifying. Shalom.